You know, you'd think that if one AI agent is good, then 5 must be better, right? Just feels intuitive. But what if adding more AI to a project can actually make it slower, more expensive, and, believe it or not, less reliable? Today, we're going to dig into that really counterintuitive idea and uncover some of the hidden costs of building AI teams.
This quote is an absolute classic in software engineering from Frederick Brooks's legendary book, The Mythical Man Month. And even though it was written decades ago, it just perfectly nails the problem we're seeing with AI today. It really makes you stop and think, why can't we just throw more resources at a problem, whether they're human or artificial, and expect it to go faster? Well, as it turns out, the answer is way more complex than you'd think.
And this leads us to what the source material for this explainer calls the more is better myth. It's fascinating, isn't it? How this old piece of wisdom from software development applies so perfectly to the absolute cutting edge of AI, where the temptation to just spin up more agents is stronger than ever.
I mean, the appeal of an AI team is pretty obvious. A single LLM, for all its power, has real limits. It's got a bounded context window, which basically means it can only hold so much in its head at one time. And of course, it's a single point of failure. So the promise of a team is that you can break up the work, run things in parallel, and scale up way beyond what any one model could handle. On paper, it looks like the perfect solution.
It sounds pretty great, right? So, what's the catch? Why isn't building a super smart AI team as simple as just telling the system to make a few more copies?
Well, here's where we get into the messy reality of why these teams so often go wrong. It turns out that without a really careful design, just throwing a bunch of AI agents together can lead to total chaos. They can overwrite each other's work, pass tiny errors down a long chain of logic until they become huge problems, and, my personal favorite from the source material, they can even get stuck in mutually sycophantic exchanges.
And this brings us to the most crucial point. So far, a lot of attempts to fix this have treated AI teams like human teams. We assign them roles like planner, coder, and tester. But what if that's just the wrong analogy altogether? The argument in this research is that the real solution isn't found in management theory, it's found in good old-fashioned computer science. So, to find a better way of thinking about this, we need to take a little trip back in time. We need a computer science flashback to a field that has been wrestling with these exact kinds of coordination problems for a very long time.
We need to start thinking about our AI teams as distributed systems. Now, this is a field that's been around for decades, and it's all about one core problem. How do you get a bunch of independent computers to work together as a single, coherent system when their only way to coordinate is by passing messages back and forth? Sound familiar? It should.
And what's so amazing is just how perfectly this analogy fits. LLM agent teams share 4 key properties with distributed systems. First, there's independence. Each agent has its own local memory and only sees a small piece of the bigger picture. Second, communication. They don't share a brain. They have to explicitly send messages. Third, concurrency. They're all trying to work at the same time, which, as you can imagine, can create all sorts of conflicts. And fourth, fallibility. Agents, just like computers, can fail. They can hallucinate, or they can just get things plain wrong.
Okay, so if we accept that AI teams are like distributed systems, what does that actually tell us about how to build them better? Well, this is where the research puts the theory to the test. It sets up a head-to-head competition between 2 very different approaches, which you might call the central plan versus the free-for-all.
But before we get to the results, there's one classic rule from computing we need to understand. It's called Amdahl's law. It sounds complicated, but it's a simple, powerful idea. The speed up you get from adding more processors, or in our case, more AI agents, is always limited by the part of the task that has to be done in order, one step after another.
And this chart just illustrates that point brilliantly. When the researchers gave the AI teams a highly parallel task, something that could be easily broken down into independent chunks, well, adding more agents made things go way faster. You see that steep climb. But for a highly serial task, where every step depends on the last one, adding more agents did almost nothing. The performance just flatlined. It's a simple truth. You can't speed up waiting.
So we can see the structure of the task matters a ton, but so does the structure of the team. The researchers tested 2 main ways of setting things up: a centralized architecture, where a main planner agent assigns all the tasks, and a decentralized one, where agents basically just grab whatever task is available. And the trade-offs here are classic computer science. Centralization is orderly, but the planner can become a bottleneck. Decentralization is flexible, but you risk total chaos.
And this is exactly the kind of chaos you get.
In those decentralized, free-for-all teams, agents were constantly stepping on each other's toes. We're talking about them trying to write to the same file at the same time, or one agent deleting the work another one just finished, or even trying to complete a task before the things it depended on were even done.
The impact of all this was just dramatic. The median number of test failures for these decentralized teams was 19. 19. And for the centrally planned teams, where all the tasks were assigned in a logical order, just 4. That is a massive difference in how reliable the final output is.
And on top of all the actual errors, there was this huge communication overhead. The decentralized team sent way more messages back and forth. The paper even notes that idle agents would sometimes just start sending these encouraging but totally useless messages to each other, like, "Great job, Dev 1," or "I'll stand by and cheer them on," which, is a funny image, but it represents wasted tokens, wasted energy, and wasted money.
Okay, so we've seen the problems, from performance that just hits a wall to agents that literally become cheerleaders. So how do we actually fix this? This is where we get to the solution. It's all about choosing the right blueprint for your team.
The most crucial takeaway here is that there's no single best way to set up an AI team. It all comes down to the task. You have to match the architecture of the team to the architecture of the work. So if you have a highly parallel task, one that can be split up easily, decentralization can be really fast and resilient, but you have to be ready to manage all those conflicts we just saw. On the other hand, for a task with a lot of dependencies, a centralized planner is going to be much safer and more efficient. The risk there, though, is that one slow agent can hold up the entire process. It is a fundamental trade-off.
This all leads to a really simple but I think powerful conclusion. We need to focus on building our AI teams to be smarter, not just bigger.
The core message here is really a call to action. It's about moving away from this kind of trial and error approach where we just throw more agents at a problem and hope for the best. Instead, we can use these decades of wisdom from distributed computing to design our teams with intention, to actually anticipate the trade-offs between speed and reliability, and to avoid all these common and very costly mistakes.
And that, I think, gets to the heart of the real challenge ahead of us. The goal isn't just about making AI more powerful. The real task is building AI teams that are predictable, efficient, and ultimately responsible. Because as we start to deploy these systems at a massive scale, poorly coordinated teams won't just underperform, they'll waste incredible amounts of resources and produce results we can't trust. The only way forward is through smarter, more principled design.